Back in 2021, I tweeted about it to Zuko. I wrote, which will come first? Zcash Foundation implementing Avalanche consensus, or Avalanche adding a copy of the Zcash blockchain as an Avalanche subnet? In the case of both Zcash and Avalanche, I had been familiar with each of these founders' work before their chains were launched. My previous startup had considered integrating Least Authority's Tahoe LAFS software, and for that same startup, I had approached a Cornell professor who would soon go on and found Avalanche for some advice about distributed systems, which he generously gave me. So imagine my delight to see each one help to launch their respective innovative and complementary cryptocurrency platforms. Okay, so let's look at where we are today. The first thing we did was to build a prototype, an oracle, which is a necessary element of ZavaX. We built a 3-node permission subnet on Avalanche's Fuji testnet, whose sole purpose was to reach consensus on the contents of a Zcash block at any block height. I'll show you how it works. You just go to zavax-oracle.red.dev, and then you pick one of the 3 nodes to query, and then you put in a block height, and just copy and paste. Let's see here. Let me just type it in. For 9. This is from this morning. And in that quick time, the 3 nodes reached consensus and minted a new block on the ZavaX Oracle subnet. And you can see it's a new block because the block height and this block match. And here's the contents of the Zcash blockchain at this block height right there. Building the ZavaX Oracle allowed us to accomplish 3 goals. First, my team and I were able to familiarize ourselves with this brand new subnet technology of Avalanche in a way only possible when you actually try to build something useful. Second, a prototype provided a demonstration of Avalanche technology to the Zcash community, whose first reaction, of course, was skeptical. And third, it allowed us to learn the DevOps challenges of operating a subnet over time, security, uptime, upgrades, etc. Next, we designed the architecture documents. We had 2 goals in mind. First, because bridge design is so critical, we felt it important to be meticulous about putting the architecture into written documentation. Second, we knew that clear UML diagrams would allow other software developers and architects to quickly become familiar with the ZavaX Bridge and offer their critiques. And in the last few months, this has paid off. As we had hoped, the architecture documents did get the attention of experts, and soon I was having meetings with other top builders in the space. From these meetings came the next 3 deliverables. First, it was brought to my attention that while Avalanche, like Ethereum, supports BLS signatures, it does not yet support BLS threshold signatures, which we had included in the initial design. Luckily, the Zcash Foundation had just released Frost, so with the help of Paku, we have switched over to using Frost instead of BLS for threshold signing in our design. And by the way, we are also using Zebra. Second, some expressed concern about our design choice to encourage any ZavaX Guardian to also serve as a connection point for the public. The technical term for this is an RPC endpoint. They had this concern because it's a blockchain best practice to insulate nodes as much as possible from attack. Still, for the sake of true decentralization, we wanted to encourage as many RPC endpoints as possible. So we are enhancing their security, and soon we will announce a white hat hacker contest to test these improvements. Third, in order to provide further evidence to the Zcash community that Avalanche subnets are reliable, we have added a one-click button to recheck and verify every single decision that the ZavaX Oracle has made since its launch. This is available now at the bottom of the user interface that we were just looking at.